Zach and Vinby, the Borough Bugs. Together they review the boroughs of London. From Westminster to Islington, from Hillingdon to Havering. They find out what is there and then they show it to you.
Do you know what I could go for right now? Some food.
Did you have, nothing to eat this morning?
I'd never eat breakfast.
Well, you probably should. Anyway, welcome to Borough Bugs, the show where we take a look at each London borough and explain all of the landmarks, transport links, and any other interesting pieces of information.
Hello, my name's Vinby, and I skip breakfast on the regular.
Hello, my name's Zach, and I'm concerned about Vinby's lack of breakfast. And this is Borough Bugs. No wonder you're hungry if you skip your breakfast.
Well, today's borough has a market which serves lots of street food, right?
Oh, yeah! Camden Market has a huge range of restaurants and food stalls, catering to all types of people. Hot dogs, roasts, pizza, burgers, almost anything.
So, today's borough is none other than... Camden!
Ooh!
Can we move on from the market, please? I'm getting hungrier.
Well, maybe if you didn't skip breakfast, you wouldn't be hungry.
Okay, yeah.
Anyways, on to the overview. Camden's quite posh, isn't it?
Some parts are, especially Bloomsbury.
I don't know what it is about it, but Camden always makes me feel, posh.
Never do that again.
Sorry. Is my poshness bothering you?
Please, just go to the landmark segment. Oh no, we're starting with this one?
Yep, this is Camden Market, somewhere where Vinby needs to go.
I'm just hungry, okay?
Sorry, I'm just messing about.
Camden Market has loads of things to do, such as all of the food stalls mentioned earlier. There's also lots of shops here. Clothes shops, souvenir shops, jewelry shops, you name it.
They also hold plenty of events here, some being themed around holidays, and some to just let loose and have fun.
There's also a lot of places for leisure, such as mini golf, darts, and bowling.
Bowling! Can we go?
As much as I'd love to, we've got to cover the rest of Camden. This is the British Museum.
Oh, British Museum, innit? Lovely jubbly. Lots of great British artefacts. Cushy.
Don't do the accents again.
Fine. Anyways, the British Museum has a large collection of very un-British items, including but not limited to Egyptian mummies, Parthenon sculptures, and the lion hunt of Ashurbanipal.
Bless you.
There are some British items here, such as the Sutton Hoo helmet. The museum only gets away with being called the British Museum, as the nations these items originated from were a part of the British Empire.
So, some stuff here is stolen?
Pretty much. This is the Regent's Park, not Regent's Park the suburb. I'm talking about the Royal Park itself.
Isn't the Regent's Park in Westminster, though?
Yes, but we didn't cover it in the Westminster episode. And part of it runs through Camden, along with Regent's Canal, so we can get away with doing it in this episode. Hooray!
London Zoo is also here.
It is, but that's in Westminster, so we'll just mention it quickly here. London Zoo is also known as ZSL. This name is still mentioned on the London Underground.
This is Regent's Park. Exit here for local buses to ZSL, London Zoo.
Next to the Regent's Park is a smaller park, Primrose Hill.
Is this one a royal park too?
No, but it is managed by them. Interesting fact about Primrose Hill actually, there used to be a railway station exclusively for Primrose Hill, but it closed in 1992. More on that later though. This is the British Library. Built in 1973, it is one of the largest libraries in the world.
This library has millions of books, including some written things which date as far back as 2000 BC.
So, if you fancy something as dull as a library, this place is right for you.
Can you just walk into the British Library?
Most areas have free entry, but if you want to go to the reading rooms or any of the exhibitions, you'll need a reader pass.
I see. We could just sneak in though, we are insects after all.
Let's not. This is Hampstead Heath. Unlike the Regent's Park, this one isn't a royal park, like Primrose Hill, but it is the site of the highest
point in London! I actually went there myself. Here's a photo of me at the top.
Thanks for interrupting me, but yeah. The summit of Parliament Hill at Hampstead Heath is the highest point in London at 134 metres, or 440 feet.
You can see all across Hampstead Heath from the top, and you'll also be able to see several famous landmarks within London, such as the Gherkin, the London Eye, the Shard, and the BT Tower. You can even see as far as Canary Wharf.
Not only that far, but also as far as Crystal Palace. Incredible! Although it is a pain to walk up the hill.
Oh really, Zach? The steep hill is difficult to climb up. We can fly!
Well, sometimes it's good to get the exercise, just like how you need breakfast.
Zach! That felt quite short, honestly.
Yeah, this may be a thing for some boroughs where there won't be as many landmarks to talk about, but hey, better than nothing.
A lot of other landmarks here are theatres. If we covered one, then we'd have to cover the rest. So, in order to make sure they aren't left out, here's the names of all theatres in Camden, including performing arts centres and music venues in alphabetical order, on screen now.
Well, now with that... Oh, get this text out of my face! Well, now with that out of the way, literally, time for transport!
Is there a definitive Camden station?
Well, there is a Camden Town Tube Station, which is on the Northern Line, as well as Camden Road Station on the London Overground Mildmay Line, which used to be a part of National Rail before the London Overground came along. Out of the two stations, though, I think Camden Town is more noteworthy.
Let's bring down the TfL tally to show how many other stations each line has. Well, what a fall from grace the Circle Line has had. It's in last place, tied with the Central and Hammersmith and City lines, all with 2 stations each.
While the Northern Line has risen to first place with 10 stations in total, with the Overground being a close second.
One thing to consider now is that the Overground lines each have their own name now.
Yep, so to make things a bit fairer, let's count the stations for the individual London Overground lines as well. Well, Mildmay has the most with 6, and the Suffragette line has the least with 1.
Camden is also home to some London terminus stations.
There's London King's Cross, London St Pancras International, and London Euston.
London St Pancras International is notable for being the only terminus station with international rail services, as St Pancras is the home of the Eurostar, which is a high-speed rail network which goes to mainland Europe.
St Pancras is also home to HS1, a high-speed variant of South Eastern, which heads through Stratford International and then on to Ebbsfleet and various other places in Kent. It's also served by East Midlands Railway.
Through services for Thameslink also run through St Pancras, and as well as that, King's Cross is the terminus for Thameslink services to and from Cambridge and Peterborough, and it's also the terminus for London North Eastern Railway, Grand Central, Great Northern, Hull Trains and Lumo.
London Euston is served by the London Overground Lioness Line, as well as London North Western Railway and Avanti West Coast. Euston is also served by the Caledonian Sleeper, which is an overnight sleeper service which runs all the way up to Aberdeen.
Just like Westminster, Camden is home to only one bus station, Euston Bus Station, which is situated just outside of the mainline station.
Camden stations are all either in fare zones 1 or 2, the exception being Hampstead, which is a zone 2/3 station.
Let's explain this. There's lots of examples of tube stations being in more than one fare zone. Each fare zone charges you a certain amount of money when you travel to it. If a station is in more than one fare zone, it will charge you a certain amount depending on the direction you travel in.
If you're looking for any historical stations, look no further. London Euston is the oldest station in the Borough of Camden. It opened on the 20th of July 1837, marking it as the first intercity railway station in London. However, the station was rebuilt in the 1960s, so pretty much all of Euston's original architecture is gone. That isn't saying the new station is anything bad, far from it. The departure board of Euston has recently been replaced from a yellow dot matrix display to an LED display. Say what you want about these new departure boards, but they're honestly so much easier to read.
If there are historical mainline stations, is there any history with the tube? Are there any abandoned stations?
You could say that. The British Museum originally had a tube station of its own. It used to be on the Central Line until it closed on the 24th of September 1933. This was due to the opening of the Central Line platforms at Holborn Station. This meant that the British Museum station became useless, resulting in its closure. Nowadays, the station is used to store materials for track maintenance, and a building society is now where the station building used to be.
There's also South Kentish Town, which used to be on the Northern Line. It closed on the 5th of June 1924, and the reason why it was closed is quite unique.
Yep, the station was originally only meant to be temporarily closed, due to strike action at the nearby Lotts Road power station. After the strike was finished and the power was restored, they decided to not reopen South Kentish Town. The reason being the station had really low passenger numbers. They were so low that trains weren't even stopping there sometimes, they just go right through it.
Imagine how annoyed you'd be that the train just decides to not stop at the station because nobody used it.
Yeah, it'd be annoying to the 5 people who were using it.
Oh yeah, earlier we mentioned Primrose Hill Station. Let's discuss that now. The station was opened in 1852, then closed between 1915 and 1917, and then reopened again in 1922. And for the 70 years it operated since then, it was only served during peak hours.
The station was originally part of the Watford Junction to Liverpool Street service on the North London line when it was part of Network South East. The service lasted from 1986 to 1992. When that ended, along with it went Primrose Hill Station, resulting in its closure on the 22nd of September 1992. The platform buildings were demolished in 2008, and the line nowadays is mostly part of the London Overground.
And finally, Swiss Cottage Station used to be on the Metropolitan line, very close to 2 no longer existing tube stations, Marlborough Road and Lords, which we discussed in the previous episode. Swiss Cottage eventually opened on the Bakerloo line, which is now part of the Jubilee line, and it existed as an interchange to the Metropolitan line station. The station was eventually closed on the 17th of August 1940 as a wartime measure, and it never reopened.
And I believe that's everything.
Should we move on to trivia now?
I thought you said it was boring.
Go to trivia! Camden was composed of 3 metropolitan boroughs, which were St Pancras, Hampstead and Holborn. When the boroughs merged in 1965, they decided to name the borough after the man who started the development of Camden Town in the 1790s, Charles Pratt, 1st Earl Camden. And that's how Camden got its name.
As mentioned earlier, HS1 terminates here in Camden at St Pancras. Camden is also set to be the terminus of the new HS2, which is set to terminate at London Euston.
Camden includes none other than the University of London, one of the oldest universities in the UK, which is located in Fitzrovia.
Camden has nearly 2,000 listed buildings, making it the borough with the 2nd highest number of them. First place is Westminster with 4,000 because of course it is.
In 2012, Camden Council commissioned these benches, which have been dubbed Camden Benches. They were designed to prevent people from sleeping on it, as well as littering on it, graffitiing it, and several other things.
In 2007, TfL proposed a new tram system running through London, the Cross River Tram. It would have started in Camden Town and worked its way down to Brixton, south of the River Thames. but unfortunately, the tram was stopped in its tracks
By then Mayor of London, Boris Johnson.
and it's a shame because I would love to see another tram service in London.
Yeah, London is doing fine with the one tram service we have down in Croydon, but we're not there yet, so that's a story for another time.
Well, I suppose that's all for the London Borough of Camden.
So much stuff to talk about, but I'm still hungry.
Well, why don't we go to Camden Market? Remember, they sell food.
Oh yeah!
Tell you what, we'll go to Camden Market and we can get something to eat there.
Can we go to Westminster and get something from M&M's World too? I'm still waiting on my sugary fix.
We'll see. No guarantees, though.
Yes!